Hey guys, what's up? MiataMods here, and today I'm going to tidy up the engine bay a little bit because I'm going to remove my charcoal canister. The canister is there to filter any fumes coming from the fuel tank, so it helps with emissions. But don't worry, if you were to remove the charcoal canister, you will still pass any emission test. So this is the charcoal canister and it's mounted on this bracket. There are 3 rubber hoses that run to the canister. These 2 on top and 1 at the bottom. This hose can be easily removed, and for the second one we need some pliers to remove the hose clamp. If the hoses are stuck, try twisting them with some pliers. That will make it easier to remove the hose.
Ryan, let's go.
To get to the bottom hose, you can slide the charcoal canister out of its bracket and flip it upside down. This hose can be pulled off as well. It's pretty stuck, but if you hold the bottom hose and twist the canister, you will break it loose. There we go. And that's it for all the hoses. Now that the canister is removed, we can remove the bracket, and you can do that by removing these 2 10mm nuts. And don't forget to unclip this tube. You can use some penetrating oil to make removing the bolts a little bit easier. Now you are left with a few hoses. This hard line is coming directly from the fuel tank, so if you don't do something about that, you will have a fuel smell coming from the engine bay. So what I'm going to do is remove this hose and then use this one to connect it onto here. This hard line is normally the inlet for the canister, but now we can use it to vent the fuel vapor into the air. Now obviously this hose is too long, so I'm going to cut it down to size. I think I will place it back like this and then cut it right along here. Don't forget to put on the hose clamp before connecting the hose. You can use some lubricant so it's easier to slide the hose on the connector. Now we can remove the solenoid. First remove the connector. After that get a socket wrench and another wrench and remove this 10mm bolt. You can use some penetrating oil to make removing the bolt a little bit easier. Put some tape on the connector to protect it. By the way, you can remove this connector by pushing down on this clip. And then secure it with a zip tie on the wiring harness. Like that. So one hose runs to your intake manifold and we need to close that inlet or else you will have an intake leak. You can use the old hose and run it around like this, but if you're lucky you will have a plug like this in your trunk. Let me show you. This is the back of my left taillight, and as you can see, Mazda added some plugs to the endings of the taillight bolts. Believe it or not, these plugs will fit perfectly over the intake manifold inlet. Thanks Mazda! If you don't have one of these plugs, you can just buy them at the hardware store or use the old hose and make a loop. This is the end result, and as you can see, I have a lot more room on this side of the engine bay, and these are the parts that has been removed. I've put them all on the scale and it weighs about 1 kilogram, so not a big weight reduction mod, but it's free and it cleans up the engine bay. If you find this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and leave a comment below. The tools and parts you'll need for this job are in the video description, as well as my social media links. If you haven't subscribed already, click on the MiataMods logo below and don't forget to turn on notifications. For more MiataMods videos, click here. Thanks for watching. Bye guys!